Hello everyone, this is Maher Haddad. Today I'm going to make this live broadcast to speak about how you can become a good network engineer. So what is needed for you to become a network engineer? That's something I'm going to discuss it in this session. And then in the end of this session, I'm going to start taking your questions. So if you have any question related to any brand that you wish to ask me, please do so. Ask me your question and I will be very happy to answer your question. So how to become a good network engineer? A question that is always asked, and a lot of people find it like we don't know where to start, especially for those who are still or they are fresh graduated from their universities and they want to start building the career and they don't know where to start and how to start to become a good network engineer. So the first thing that I can come to my mind, the first thing is that you need to get a university degree. So that's number one. University degree is something that stays with you forever. It's different than the certificates that normally you should renew them every 2 or 3 years. Most of brands do that. There are very minority of brands that they just provide you a certificate forever. And even this, if they do, then this certificate normally it will not be valid after a few years because the technology changes every couple of years. That means they will create a new version of exam and then you have to do the exam again to be able to follow the technology. Anyway, so the first thing that I always recommend and advise my students to do is to first get a university degree. Bachelor degree, that's perfect. And if you can reach to the master degree, that's even better. But I would say bachelor degree is something that it's very important that you reach to there. The second thing that I also advise you to do is after you have your degree, your university degree, I would advise you to go and start focusing on a brand and start collecting the certificates from this brand. Of course, from the university, you will be able to get the knowledge about networking, something about the OSI layers, the TCP/IP layers, also to know possibly about routing, about switching. So, of course, university, they don't go too much in details about that, but you will get the basic, what you need to do or what you need to get. And then from there, you can start building up your certificates. So it depends also on which market or which country you are. If in your country you see that there is a lot of, for example, services being used using a brand, so you can focus on that brand. As I am a Microtech trainer, I advise you to go to the Microtech certificates because Microtech is a brand which is very, very popular and a lot of people also don't have the knowledge how to configure the Microtech correctly. So, and Microtech also, they have, I think, 10 certificate paths that you can choose. And with those paths, you can focus if you want to know about routing or about security or about traffic control or switching or whatever. So, and also the courses are built as labs, so you will learn a lot. And also Microtech is a very nice device to work with. Now, if you feel like, before you start learning Microtech, if you feel like possibly your knowledge in networking is not very well, so you can go for two options. One is to go for the certificate, which is CompTIA Network Plus. With CompTIA Network Plus, you will learn a lot about networking as a theory. Normally in Network Plus, they don't go into configurations, so they just speak about networking as a theoretical part. Now, if you wish more to work with or to learn networking and also have some hands-on labs, so could be the CCNA from Cisco is a very good also certificate, because on CCNA they something like 25 to 30% of the course speaks about networking, only in networking, and then the rest they will apply it on Cisco brands. Now also it's possible that you can there is a course doesn't have a certificate from Microtech, which is like an intro to networking that you can take from a Microtech certified trainer. Then he can make for you, for example, 2 days or 3 days could be also about networking as intro. So something similar to CompTIA Network Plus. So then he focus on that part, especially for those who don't have too much of information about networking before he go into MTCNA. Because in the MTCNA, normally we don't go too much into IPs, subnetting, VLSM, OZ layer. So normally on MTCNA, we just go directly and start making the configurations. So that's why a lot of Microtech trainers, what they do when they feel like there is a class and of students that they don't have too much of knowledge in networking, so what they do, they make an prerequisite course, and this course doesn't have a certificate from Microtech, just explaining about networking, and then after that they enter into MTCNA. So those are the 3 paths that you can think of. Network Plus from CompTIA, possibly CCNA, but this is really long. CCNA is a long course and it takes too long to finish it. If you want to finish fast, I would advise to speak to your Microtech certified trainer and tell him to make for you a course about networking for a couple of days, 2-3 days, something like this. It's like intro about networking. He can help you to be able to start after that learning the MTCNA and so forth. Now, if you already have the networking knowledge from your university, because as I said, you should have a diploma from university first. So if you already have that, then you can directly start with the MTCNA on Microtech, because as I said to you, Microtech is a device which is very nice, very reliable, very very robust, and it's also very flexible. So you can create different scenarios when using Microtech, and you don't have that every time you want to do something to buy a license for that. So if you want to do routing, you can do. If you want to do the same device switching, you can do MPLS, security, traffic control, whatever, anything you think of, OSPF, BGP, RIP in case you want to use it still. So you can use all those without really you buy a license. Everything is inside this device. So as I said, I'm a Microtech certified trainer, and I have the knowledge from Microtech. I collected all this knowledge because I really love Microtech. It's a brand which I really like to work on. So this is just what I wanted to say in this live session about what you need to do in order to be able to become a good network engineer. So first, diploma from university, bachelor or master. 2, if you already have the knowledge of networking, start directly with the MTCNA and go from there to the different certificates. I personally hold all the certificates from Microtech, but of course I need to keep renewing them every 3 years. And in case you don't have the knowledge of networking very well, you want to refresh it, speak to your Microtech certified trainer, ask him to do a course for you about networking, or possibly you can join a Network Plus course or CCNA course. But as I said, CCNA is too long. If you don't want to wait too long to finish it, then you can go to Network Plus. But the best option is to have a course from a certified Microtech trainer to provide you an intro course about networking. So now I'm going to take your questions, and I will be very happy to answer to your questions. So let me just open in front of me the live video so I can see your questions. 1 second. So in the meantime, if you can just start writing your questions to me so I can help you. Okay, so the first question is, hi, why nobody talks much about zero tier? I'm not sure. Zero tier is a very nice VPN software. I talked about it. I'm in my course, which is the VPN. on MikroTik. I talked about it and I showed the lab how you can configure it. So especially if you do not have public IPs to be able to make VPN network between two devices in two different geographical areas. So zero tier is the option to allow to connect two remote networks to each other. Okay, another question is, thank you for sharing the knowledge. I obtained my certification following your courses. I hope that the year 2025 will be better for you. God bless you always. Thank you very much, sir, and God bless you also always, and Happy New Year in advance. All right, so please, guys, if you can start putting your questions here, I can read them. I will read them in front of you, and then I will answer your questions directly. And also, I'm interested to know, are you following me on just on my YouTube channel, or are you also a student on my courses, whether from my own platform, mynetworktraining.com, or from Udemy platform? So I'm also interested to know about that. If you can just share this information with me, I'll be very happy. And also I would like to know how you come up to know me. Is it from my YouTube channel, or from the Udemy, or from my network training? So let's see if we have some communication here. So I have my mobile. That's why if you see me looking down, because I have my mobile open in front of me, and there is the chat. I couldn't make the chat to show on my software that I'm using now for streaming. So I'll be looking to my phone and then reading your questions and answering them. So yeah, let's have some more questions, guys. Okay, no questions. If there is no question, then maybe I will make a small review of what I have discussed today, and then we can finish this session. All right. While waiting, if there's any questions, so I would just say what a small review of what I discussed today. So the discussion was how to be a good technical engineer or IT engineer. I have explained that you need first, if you can, get the university degree, because all the certificates that you get from any brand, they are not forever. And if you have, even if you have the highest certificate from any brand, it will finish after a couple of years, and you need to renew it. And you know that we normally, when we get older with age, then we feel like we have more responsibilities. Possibly we don't have more time to renew exams. Sometimes we lose our certificates. And to be honest, I have also many certificates that I used to hold. I don't have them anymore because I didn't have time to renew them, or I didn't have time to restudy them to renew them. So I let them go. While because I hold a university degree, so at least I have an evidence that I have something, and this stays with me forever. And that's something you have to think of. University degree is priority number one, which comes first. Number two is to start learning IT certificates from brands that you like. There is no, let's say, mandatory brands that you have to go through. Also look at your market, what brands is being used, and then use or study certificates from the brands which is used in your country or whatever, in your region. Now, I personally advise to go to MikroTik because I'm personally a MikroTik certified trainer, and also I have another reason is because MikroTik is a very nice brand to learn and to work on, even to tell your customers to use MikroTik and giving reasons why MikroTik is better than not better, but it's nice than it's nicer than any other brand. And the reason is because one, for the cost, is MikroTik is cheaper too. It's very reliable and very efficient. Three, the way when you learn MikroTik, the way to configure MikroTik is really nice, and it gives you a lot of options how you can configure it. Four is that you don't have to buy licenses for everything you have to do on MikroTik. Everything is there. All you need to do is to have the knowledge and configure, and the license is forever. So it's from other brands, every time you want to do something new, you need to buy a license, and you have to renew the license every year, and that costs a lot of money for your customers, or for you possibly if you are paying for the license. So that's the reason why I advise you to go to MikroTik. Now, if you don't have the networking knowledge, ask your trainer, MikroTik trainer, to make for you a course speaking about networking in general. That course doesn't have a certificate, but it has the information for you to be able to enroll later in courses like MTCNA or MTCRE and so forth. If you want to get a certificate, you can go to Network Plus, CompTIA Network Plus, a very nice course speaking in details about networking. I also advise you to do that. Also, you can go to the Cisco CCNA, which is a very nice course as well, where you have, I think, 25 to 30% of the course is about networking, and then the rest will speak about how to configure things on Cisco. But they go also in depth about networking, so that's really a good course. The only thing about CCNA is long. It may take for you a couple of weeks or months to be able to finish it and to do its exam, and it's also it's hard. It's not an easy course to pass. So yeah, you can just the easiest route is to speak to your trainer, MikroTik trainer, and tell him to make for you one course, like 2 or 3 days about networking. If you don't have networking knowledge, if you have networking knowledge, directly start with the MTCNA, get the certificate, and from there decide if you want to go, for example, to the routing or to the switching or the security or the art track for everyone. So this is a small review of what I discussed today, how to become a good network engineer. And thank you very much for the time you spent watching this live streaming with me. And thank you for those who asked their questions. And I wish for you the best, and please keep having an eye on my platform, mynetworktraining.com, where I host all my courses. If you are also watching my courses on Udemy, that's fine, on Udemy platform. And if you are just a YouTube student, you just watch my YouTube channel, that's also fine. Please keep my channel or keep yourself more involved in my channel. Don't forget to put likes, share, and subscribe to my channel, so I have more people on my channel, which makes my channel more seen on Google. And thank you very much for the time spending to watch this live streaming, and see you in